Hello and welcome to the shop. Today I'll be turning a material that I've never turned before. It's called Silmar 41. Now the blank was made and sent to me by Dave Crichlow of Chicago Pens. I'll put his contact information down in the comments below. The pen, or the blank, is red, white, and black. And those of you that know me know that those are three of my favorite colors because those are the colors of what? The Louisville Cardinals. But in the note, Dave told me this is not a Louisville Cardinal tribute blank. This is a Blackhawks blank. So to honor Dave and to honor his service, he's a United States Marine, and I love the military. Thank you everyone out there who serves in the military for everything you do to allow me to do what I do. I appreciate you and I appreciate your service, and because of the respect I have for you, sitting a Louisville blank, it's Blackhawks. Let's get turning. With these round blanks, I like to rotate them as I cut them because you'll get a much straighter cut. If you just try to cut straight through, you know how the blade will sometimes wander, and especially on an inexpensive saw like this, I do have a lot of issue with the blade wandering. So let me show you what I'm talking about. You can see that I got a nice clean cut. I'm happy with that. We're ready to drill this blank out. For this Silmar 41 blank, I'm going to drill a 10mm hole because I'm going to put this on a bolt action kit. I've never drilled this material before, so we're just going to take our time. We're going to go nice and slow, and hopefully we have a very successful, very straight hole right down the center of this blank when we're finished. Pause a second here and let's get all of this excess ribbons off of it. And we're through. Let's take a look. Not too bad. I got a fairly clean exit hole there. I'm happy with that. There's the entry hole. Not bad. Try our tube out. Got a good fit all the way through the blank. This is going to work out really well. I'm ready to glue my tube into the blank, and I've already tested the hole and I know that there are no obstructions. So let's go ahead and get some CA. There we go. That right below the surface, and I want to make sure it's starting to slide out just a little bit, so we want to be careful. We want to watch that. That tube is, whoops, I'm out of the camera focus, sorry there. The tube, when I put it in, it started to slide out toward the edge of the blank, so I want to keep an eye on that. I'm going to lay this aside and let it dry. This Silmar sanded very well. You can see that the blank is right at the edge of the tube on both ends. We're a little out around there, but plenty of meat. Will have no issue turning this to the kit. So we're ready to go to the lathe with this blank. I've got this blank chucked up and ready to turn. Wow, that was an easy turn. I'm amazed. When I first started turning it, I thought, well, this is a lot like a Lumelite. But then, of course, a Lumelite doesn't have a lot of smell to it. This had more of an acrylic smell, not as strong as acrylic. And as I cut, you might have heard a couple of skips along the way. every now and then it's harder than Alumilite. So I had to be really careful and lighten up my touch, but man, it sure turned easy. I'm just feeling along the bushings here. I've got a great fit. I'm gonna go ahead and break out the micro mesh and start micro meshing this. Well, I just realized that I forgot to turn the speed of the lathe down. So we're going to go ahead and just pause for a second, get the speed down as slow as it'll go, and I'll come back and finish micro meshing this blank. I'm going to go ahead and get this mandrel off the lathe. We're going to replace it with our buffing wheels, and then I'm going to buff this with a little bit of rouge and see if I can't really bring that shine up. It looks amazing, but I think we can bring a little more out of it. I'm ready to put this kit together. With the bolt action, one thing I like to do is I like the bolt, as you go forward and lock it, I like the bolt to be pointing down like it is on a rifle. And with these kits, what you can do is take a small Phillips screwdriver, put it inside of the cap of the pin, loosen it up a little bit. There's a screw in there, Phillips screw. You can twist this around to the position you want it in, and then we just simply tighten the screw back down. And now, to me, that's more like an actual rifle. Should work. I've looked this blank over quite closely, and my favorite part is the red. I want this to be at the bottom of the pin toward the nib. I think we'll put the clip along the white, the back white section, because that's not too interesting. That allows us to see a little bit of the black. Let's go ahead now, and with the Magnum bolt action, you've got this little grommet, and you basically put it in the front part of your pin. This is what the nib will screw into. You'll notice there's a little line on there. See that little line? It's kind of faint. That goes in first. Put it in our pin press. Press it all the way in flat. Now we're going to remove one of the blocks so we can extend the press. We're going to press the bolt or the cap section into the other end of the pin. Flip it around like this. Well, we'll remove one more block. There we go. I'm going to get it started. Make sure it starts straight. Okay, nice. Take a look at that. Got a beautiful fit. I always like to look at the fit right next to the part, and that is a fantastic fit. The rest of the pen is relatively simple. You remove the cap off of the ink refill. We'll slide the spring onto the refill, put that into the nib, slide it into the pen, and thread the front section right onto the pen. That made for a sweet looking pen. And there we have it, a bolt action Blackhawks themed pen. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I want to say thank you to Dave Crichlow. I appreciate you sending me this Silmar blank. I absolutely love how it turned out. I have turned a lot of acrylic blanks and a lot of Alumilite blanks. I've turned acrylester, and this was probably the smoothest turning material that I think I've ever turned. It was amazing how easy it was to turn. And of course, I'm saying that, I need to remember I recently put some CBN wheels on a low-speed grinder. I've been sharpening my tools differently too. So it may be that I'm just getting a better edge on my tools. I may find that all my acrylics and all the woods that I turn from here on out might be much easier to turn. I really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. Come back and see me again real soon. Have a great evening, everybody.